Hello, everybody, and welcome to Remember the Hyphen, the show where we review comics, movies, books, everything in between. And today, wrapping up Fantastic Four month, almost half a month late for my birthday, but still, we are going to be reviewing the 2015 Fantastic Four movie, as you can tell by our very, very shitty lighting.
Why the fuck you make me do this?
Because if I have to suffer, you have to suffer.
Oh, fuck you.
No, get the fuck back. Richards, get back here! Get the fuck. This movie is that ass. This movie is that ass.
This movie was so ass my PS3 couldn't even fucking run it.
The PS3 didn't want to.
No, it literally said, no, fuck you, get this out of me. Fun fact, my PS3 has had Sex in the City played in it during college.
It would rather play that.
It would have rather played that
than
play this shit.
This lighting is gonna stay like this.
No, put the fucking light back on. Fuck you. This fucking bullshit.
This fucking piss poor lighting.
All right, so
looking like we're in a fucking Batman movie. Can't see shit.
No, I can actually see shit in every single Batman movie. Fuck you.
It's Batman Begins.
Okay, not the good ones, anyways. Although it's funny you mentioned Batman Begins. Crap, I'm burping from all the soda I guzzled there. I think a lot of the problems with this movie can actually be directed back to the fact that they wanted to make a Nolan Fantastic Four film. Would you agree? It was actually funny because I was watching some reviews today to try and get myself remembering this movie.
That's actually what I did because I wasn't gonna rewatch this fucking movie.
One of the things I find so interesting is, like, part of the reason this got made was because Josh Trank, who did Chronicle at the time, you know, because it was a big hit, everybody liked it, and they needed to make another Fantastic Four movie, supposedly because that was the only way they kept the rights, if I remember correctly.
Well, it's probably similar to the deal with Spider-Man, where you have to make a Spider-Man movie every so many years.
Yeah. And so they went and offered this to Trank, and Trank was like, well, you know, I know the other ones are considered kind of campy and silly, so I wanted to do one where, like, they actually show the horrors of, like, their powers, which, on paper, I'm not exactly against them doing something a little bit darker about their powers.
They've done similar things in the comics before. I'm sure every comic has.
But more or less, from what I understand, and this is coming from the Joe Blow YouTube channel when they reviewed this movie about what happened with it, was a combination of Trank basically kind of being hard to work with, / Fox Studios mucking with it.
As you do.
Which, you know, if any X-Men fan can tell you, oh, Fox Studios messing with our franchise? That's impossible.
I mean, shit, the best one, it's not Logan, is Days, and they fuck with Days, even.
And even, or Deadpool, and Deadpool doesn't even technically count. Apparently they also wanted to actually have this Fantastic Four movie cross over with, like, the X-Men movies and Deadpool.
It's actually considered still canon with it, I think.
Yeah. Because, like, apparently they did, like, photo shoots where they were going to have all these characters together. Which I'm like, I don't even know how that was going to work.
Fantastic Four versus the X-Men.
Yeah.
Because that's what everybody wants.
So what were your initial thoughts when you went into seeing this movie when you first saw it?
Okay, so quick backstory. As we mentioned in the other videos, I saw the first Fantastic Four movie when it came out back in 2004.
Yeah.
Didn't really like it. I didn't really care for it. Like I had read Fantastic Four comics, the older ones. Like I was familiar with the characters, so it wasn't that. It was just it didn't click.
Yeah. So
I didn't see the second one when it came out. But like then, I didn't even remember this movie coming out.
Yeah. No, same. I heard about it.
I think I saw the trailer on TV once.
Yeah.
And then like my buddy Brian didn't even go see it.
Well, because apparently, from what I understand, also
I used to hear from him like, "Hey, check this one out.
Yeah.
Ignore this one." I don't think he even went and saw it. I think he downloaded it.
Because from what I understand, apparently they only released like one trailer, and then when it got closer to the film coming out, they released another one on a Sunday morning. Because, you know,
it's when everybody watches fucking movie trailers is on a Sunday.
You know, I'm sure a lot of kids were like, I'm gonna pop this on before I go to Sunday school. But because like I remember this movie coming out, it got overshadowed because I think the same year this came out, Solo came out. I want to say, and by the time that movie came out, everybody was kind of done talking about it.
No, because this came out later. Solo came out like 2016.
Well, yeah, maybe it didn't come out, but I know that I think the trailers for Solo came out that
No.
year. No,
you're that's way earlier.
Okay,
I don't know what you're thinking of, but
I don't know. I thought there was some movie that came out that year also that I think
episode 7 probably.
Actually, you know what? It might have been episode 7.
I think it was episode.
Actually,
7.
yeah, I think it was episode 7. Regardless, it was like a Star Wars thing, and people were mad about that. As you do.
Yeah, like I said, I don't even remember this movie coming out. Like, and I don't remember hearing anything about it. The only thing I remember I only remember first hearing about it maybe like a year and a half after it came out. Like I remember it was just in passing, and I was like, they made another one. It's like I went and looked it up, and I saw how bad reviews were. I'm like, fuck this, I ain't watching this. The only reason I even own it. I loaned it to him. I didn't even give him the case. I gave him like a shitty jewel case for it.
Let's talk about the fucking name, that fucking leet speak shit. That was even cool in 2015. I remember when fucking Thief 4 came out and they did that with Thief 4, and people were like, is it pronounced Thief 4F or Thief?
Like I said, the only reason I own this movie is because A, I'm a completionist.
Yeah.
B, it was $5 in the bargain bin at Big Lots.
Yeah.
And even then, I think I overpaid for it.
Because I remember hearing about this because this is around the time I'd been out of college for a couple of years, and I remember seeing and hearing talks about it. Mainly just the racist assholes and the people that try to defend this movie because Michael B. Jordan was in it. That's really the only outrage I remember hearing about this film, which, in my opinion, I heard,
I don't even remember that.
No, I remember the outrage because there were magazine articles and shit about this all over Facebook and Twitter and YouTube there was a lot of that because this was I think kind of around the time. I hate saying this like this because I don't really believe it, but the time where they were trying to get more various actors into the films.
They were trying to get more diversity in there.
Yeah, diversity in the films, and this is I think where you had stuff like Scarlett Johansson as the Major in Ghost in the Shell, where people were mad about that, and
so this was around the period they were trying to force it into everything.
Yeah, or at least the start of it.
Which, as we've talked about, there's certainly nothing wrong with diversity.
Yeah.
In fact, I encourage it altogether. I think there's not enough. The problem becomes when you take already established characters and you can you totally change their backstory and everything. And I mean, it goes both ways. I've certainly seen enough outrage over Elizabeth Olsen playing Wanda.
Yeah.
Because Wanda has Romani blood in her. And Elizabeth Olsen is obviously not Romani. It goes both ways. That's just how I view it. But when I started looking into this movie, when I heard about it and I saw that, I was like, oh, as soon as I saw that Johnny in this was black, I was like, I already can tell what people on the internet are going to be pissed about because I know how the internet works.
Yeah. Which, fair warning,
especially people on the internet that are racist.
Yeah. And just to get it out of the way, neither of us have a problem with Johnny being black.
It's just I have a problem with the way that it's written.
Bimbo.
Because he doesn't act like Johnny Storm. He really doesn't.
Bingo.
I have that problem with everybody in this fucking movie because everybody's written terribly. Even Sue. Then again, they can't write Sue to write their fucking life in any of these fucking movies. I don't know why.
As you can tell, this because of how badly this movie's production was, you can tell a lot of them are just not really wanting to be there. It's all right. I'm on set. I say my lines. I get my check. I go home. Because I can't blame them from what I understand. Because it got to the point where apparently Trank was he put a black hood over his camera as he was shooting and would not talk to anyone, and he would basically tell all of the actors how to blink, breathe. It was getting to be that point where he was getting fed up with the studio, but when I also understand the studio was getting fed up with him because he kept waffling on decisions he wanted to make. Because apparently this movie got cut to shit. Like, there's stuff in the trailers that like didn't end up.
I
in
remember
the movie.
reading somewhere that he wanted to have Sue be black in this as well, but the studio told him no. Which I'm like, oh great, more studio racism. There's racism all over this.
Because I'm like, because that.
You have the fans mad about what we talked about. For reasons that aren't good.
Yeah.
With us, I would probably argue that we're constructive about it. You know what I mean? Because it's this, the way I see it, an example of this is how I'm going to compare it. Compare this to Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Nick Fury in the MCU films, played by Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
That's a good Nick Fury.
Oh yeah,
because that's the core character. Yeah. It's new Nick Fury is. He's and granted, that's more so based on Nick Fury in the Ultimate Comics.
Yeah, and to be
fair, at the same time, that's still Nick Fury.
Yeah.
The way Johnny Storm acts in this movie is not how Johnny Storm is in the comics. No. And I think that's where a lot of the criticism came from initially.
Yeah.
But then all the racists kind of just hawked onto it and used it as a vehicle. But I do remember hearing that the director wanted to make Sue black as well, and the studio told him no.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, so that idea was basically fucked from the start.
Because sadly, because I watched this much later, like on TV, and it wasn't like all the way through, because like I would be like, this is garbage. I gotta turn this off. My first real exposure to this was the Nostalgia Critic review of this, because this was before I stopped watching. And as much as I can't stand him, I will admit he makes a lot of points that I will be making the same. Like, there's a lot of problems with both the screenwriting, as well as the fact that it's trying too hard to be like a Cronenberg film, like The Fly, but at the same time they're trying to put in some of the humor that you would see with the Fantastic Four film. I think partially because the studio kind of got scared about what this movie was going to be like. And to be fair, like, I think it's just a mess all over. Like, from the cinematography, where, like, as we showed at the beginning of this, there's no lighting. Like, everything's in a black room 9 times out of 10.
To quote Brian, he watched it on his phone in the dark with the brightness on the phone turned all the way up, and he still couldn't see what the fuck was going on.
Like, even places where there should be good lighting, there's not. There's a scene where Ben and Reed are going down their high school hallway, and like there's no overhead lighting.
Fucking high school doesn't have overhead lighting.
I know, like that. When they're talking with the military, like they're going up these stairs.
Any of the shots at the end, holy hell!
It's dark. See. Turn on a light. I get you're trying to hide the fact that you had no budget for sets, but holy crap, turn on a light. And I can't see anything.
And I'm sure there'll be somebody that'll be like, well, that's an aesthetic. No, it's just called you didn't know how to fucking light the movie. There's a difference between using darkness well. Look at any fucking Batman movie. Yeah. Uses darkness well. It's all about the contrast and the balance.
Yeah.
There's no fucking balance in this movie. It's just dark.
No, like, and
it doesn't look good.
And I think it has what I like to call the gritty movie filter that adds an extra layer of dark. That makes everything look like washed out.
Like they're using a low shutter speed.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah. Like, because like if you've ever watched like Man of Steel, like Superman has a vibrant colored costume with the grit filter over it. It almost looks like Zod's black costume. That is what the grit filter does. It literally, like, this shirt would look gray. This is a Dragon Ball Z shirt, and it would look gray. That is how bad this filter is, and I hate the filter. Like,
but, everybody's fucking obsessed with using that anymore, and it's like, guys, stop using the fucking grit filter. It looks stupid.
Like, when we did the Batman problem, remember what I did where I was like, look outside the window and let me tell me what colors you see. Black. The world has color. Like, I pay to watch a movie. Like, have a color palette. Like, everything doesn't need to be gray and washed out.
You want to be artsy, go back to con.
Yeah. And to be fair,
I don't know that's pretentious to say, but it's like people seem to forget that while film is an art, and it always has been an art form, you also need to remember that you're also in a business where you're here to make money. You can't always
Like,
I'm trying to think of the right way to say it, because I don't want to say that like you can't be artistic.
No.
Because that's half of making a film is being artistic and
Yeah.
expressing yourself. But at the same time, if your artistic inclinations like no, it needs to be this
Yeah.
aesthetic. If that overwhelms the movie being good and being
Yeah.
watchable, then it's no longer a good. It's
Yeah.
a coherent piece.
and again, like, as I've always said with with superhero films, we need to stop chasing the Nolan thing. When this came out, they actually, more or less, I think one of the trailers was literally shot for shot trying to be like the Interstellar trailer that came out. Like, we don't have to do that, guys. I get that Nolan's a good director, but like, we can't make everything like that.
It works for Batman because it can work with Batman.
Like,
it can't work with everything.
Yeah. Like,
It can't work with the fucking Fantastic Four.
Wait, it's
as
like,
this movie shows.
because like, and don't get me wrong, him and I will argue that it can't be like everything can't be like the MCU either. But the MCU at least
tries
tries
to be different.
When this came out, Ant-Man came out too, and Ant-Man's good. Like it's fun. It knows that a movie called Ant-Man can't be super fucking dark.
Yeah, the way I see it is that chasing trends is never a good thing.
No,
chasing
it
trends,
never is.
Chasing trends to me is not only a bad thing because then it jeopardizes how a movie can be entertaining, but at the same time, I also would argue that chasing trends also leads to unoriginality.
No, it really does, and it shows here because like it just feels like it's trying to do what like the DC EU was doing at the time too. Minus the huge amounts of product placement. Because to be fair, this movie isn't that bad with product placement. It's mostly at the beginning. Like, I think they eat Burger King at one point, which, fine, whatever. Which this movie also had a Burger King commercial with Ben getting a burger with bacon on it, which
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, which is kind of not okay because Ben is actually Jewish.
Yeah, that's all kinds of cultural insensitivity.
Yeah. But, you know, I doubt anyone's trying to be insensitive there. I'm sure a lot of people don't know Ben is Jewish. I mean, it sucks, but... All right.
Eats hamburgers. Get over it.
Well, I mean, I'm not against eating hamburgers. It's the bacon more that's the problem.
Batman kills. Get over it.
I'll deal with you in a minute with Snyder.
One of these days, there's gonna be the Dan Slott and Snyder hate video.
Okay. Let's start with
Let's dive into the movie.
Let's start with some, because I don't like. There's really no plot to this movie.
Again, I argue it has the same problem as the 2004 movie did in that it's just the origin story.
Yeah.
Nothing really happens. If you know the Fantastic Four origin, there you go. One of the major differences I would argue is that Sue is adopted.
Yeah. The other is that they get their powers from the negative zone, which I'll give them credit. That was actually at least kind
interesting
and kind of refreshing. Like they're not doing the cosmic, because like the Corman and the Fantastic Four film do the cosmic, like them going into space. This here is kind of nice because I think that's actually the Ultimate Universe's origin for the Four getting their powers.
I think it is. I've never read Ultimate Fantastic Four
because this takes a lot of its ideas from the Ultimate line. Like for one, like they're all mostly teenagers, like the Ultimate Fantastic Four are. Although I think Ben is supposed to be like an actual adult in that, but like Reed, Sue, and Johnny are all teenagers. The fact that like their dad is still alive, or the Storm's dad is still alive in this comes from the Ultimate line because like the Storms or like Sue and Johnny's father kind of is in charge of them in the Ultimate line.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I like them doing stuff with the negative zone. That was kind of nice. The effects are actually really good in this movie. When you can see them.
I will give that. The movie when it does look good, and it's very few and far between, but when it does look good.
Yeah.
It's just everything else. That doesn't looking good is one thing. That's the easy part.
Yeah. Well, and more just because I at least wanted to point out that I thought the effects were pretty decent. Like I actually think the Thing looks really good in this.
Yeah.
Like
all Sue's powers, they have a good effect to them. I would argue Johnny has.
Yeah,
a good
Johnny's.
Effect.
I actually really like the scene where his powers activate for the first time, and I like how they try to differentiate it from like the other version of Johnny. That's kind of it for me in terms of stuff, because this is not very good. Like it's so bad. Like they clearly didn't want
the tagline. Not very good.
Yeah. It's so bad to the point they don't even call the Fantastic Four the Fantastic Four. Like people are like, no, they do at the very end. I'm like, no, they don't. Reed says, I got an idea for our name. Cut to credits where it says the Fantastic Four. That is how little late
that doesn't count.
No,
I don't care what spin you put on. That doesn't count.
No, that doesn't count. All right. Yeah. Otherwise, this movie's. Oof. I guess we could do characters like we did before. Michael Teller, I think, is who plays Reed. He's fine. He's not. He doesn't really get to do much in this. He mostly just makes promises he can't keep, and
writing checks your ass can't cash.
Yeah, and running away from the government for a long time, trying to figure out how to solve their powers. The actor who plays Ben is okay. The problem with his writing is they write him to be just an idiot, and also the really awful way of how he got the line "It's clobbering time" is basically his older brother used to beat him, and he would say that before he beat him.
Yeah, which is just it. I mean, I will give props that they tried to do something different with that, but that's a little much. That's really I would honestly that's probably a little insensitive.
That'd be like if in a Batman movie he kills someone with the gun of his parents.
Oh, but Thomas Wayne
or they killed his parents.
Thomas Wayne doesn't.
Thomas Wayne doesn't count because that's an alternate universe.
You just don't like Flashpoint. Bro, read it again, bro, please. Bro, please, bro. It's a good comic.
No.
God, now we're really gonna piss people off. Like
I
Flashpoint.
don't really have a problem with Flashpoint. My problems with Flashpoint are the fact that it's what ended the DC universe I know it as. We'll get into Flashpoint at some point.
No pun intended.
Who was the actress that played Sue again?
It's Kate Mara.
Yeah, I think
Kate Mara.
She's honestly, I can't even because like she clearly isn't allowed to act in this movie. She's basically all she does is react to things, and she reacts to everything in the exact same tone of voice. Like she literally doesn't want to be there, and it really shows. I think the most with her, she has no chemistry with Reed, and she and him are supposed to be like in love with each other. There's no chemistry with her and him whatsoever. And I actually think she's worse at nagging Johnny in this because she wants to be like a family with her stepbrother. Nothing like it's banal. It's bland. Most interesting thing that she does is practice her powers.
Fourth time and they still can't write Sue fucking correctly.
They didn't even write a Sue in this. She literally just Sue in name only. Because literally she has no character, which I'm sure that probably pissed you off the most out of this.
I don't want to talk about it.
That's fair.
The only reason we're talking about this movie is for fucking completion's sake. Otherwise, I'd bury this shit in the backyard.
Michael Jai White is Johnny, and God, he is the worst in this movie. And like
Michael B. Jordan, you mean?
Or Michael B. Jordan? Sorry, I
who are you thinking of?
I think that's the guy who played Spawn.
I think that is too.
It makes it because they're both Michael.
Mm-hmm.
But Michael B. Jordan, God, he could have actually been a good Johnny, but man, he's just an asshole this whole movie.
And I think a lot of that is the writing.
No, a lot of it is the writing. Because him and one other character is the worst in this, like the absolute
because
worst.
Again, I think a Black Johnny Storm could work.
Yeah,
if he acted like Johnny Storm, it's the same thing. Going back to Nick Fury.
Yeah,
if you retain the core characteristics of the character, it can work.
Yeah, but here it's
like he doesn't. None of them act in character.
Yeah,
at all.
And he even makes no sense too as a character because like the whole reason he's here is because he wrecks his car, and his father makes him a deal that if he helps build the teleporter, he'll get his car back. And then when they're not allowed to go into the negative zone, he's like one of the ones that's the most upset that he doesn't get to go. You didn't even want to be here. Character consistency. Hello? Does everyone else see this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. No, thankfully he got to be the main Kilgrave in Black Panther, and he's great as Kilgrave. Like, it was a shame that they killed him off, because I'm like, you could have done so much more with him, and I hope he gets to do more stuff in the MCU, because he's actually a really great actor. Mm-hmm. In fact, I think he wanted to do some stuff in Star Wars, but then I think they more or less he got in trouble because they were like, no, you got to do Fantastic Four, and he got removed from doing stuff in the Star Wars stuff. Which, I mean, granted, I depending on your feelings on the new trilogy, that's probably a blessing. But
he's a really good actor.
Yeah, like I liked him in Chronicle.
Yeah, like
I liked him as Kilgrave.
Like I say, I think he's a great actor.
It's
but
just.
No matter how great an actor you are, if you have a shit script, most of the time they cannot save it. I mean, I argue. Let's be honest. You and I both love Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford's been in some shitty fucking movies.
Oh, there's a like a cop comedy he's in where he's like, it's a buddy cop where he's like I think it's Hollywood Homicide.
Oh Christ, I've seen that movie. That movie's awful.
No, that movie's bullshit.
I don't even know if I want to talk about that. That movie's terrible. Just proving my point. I mean, Harrison Ford, class caliber actor.
Yeah, no, like fantastic.
He can't save it. Huh. Sophie Turner in Dark Phoenix, great actress. Yeah. She wasn't fucking saving that movie.
Yeah, no. Like Anne Hathaway, I loved her. I like her. She's a good actress. Couldn't really work as Catwoman for me in Dark Knight Rises, but
like just those examples just kind of prove our point that it's like Michael B. Jordan, he could have been a great Johnny Storm if the writing had just been there to give him something to lean on. But I don't think the writing, I don't think they knew what to do with any of these characters. They didn't know because they didn't want to make this movie.
And if there's anyone that they didn't know what to do with, it was Doctor Doom.
For the fourth time.
For the fourth time. God, like, could you not have done anyone else? Apparently the Mole Man's actually in here, but they actually changed his name at the last minute because he's named Henry. That guy was supposed to be the Mole Man because they wanted to do like a sequel with him.
Oh, Christ. Yeah, that got canceled immediately after that movie fucking tanked.
Because apparently they changed his last name to Allen. I don't know what the full name of the Mole Man is, but apparently they were gonna use him. Nah. But get into Doom. God,
they were gonna bring the jeweler back.
I would have rather they brought the jeweler back at this point. Doom actually, because they actually had to redub this movie because of this. Doom was originally supposed to be a hacker spy for Latveria. Oh, Christ. Because actually he's not. Because Doom is actually supposed to be his online handle, and this isn't. His name is actually supposed to be Victor von Drauschmacher or something like that.
That is fucking ass.
They had to go in and they had to redub anytime they talked to him, they had to rename him Dr. Doom. And unfortunately, I think that was actually kind of a bad move to make with him, because, like, as much as I love Dr. Doom, having him work on this project is kind of weird. Like in the other movies, at least they're comic booky enough that you can get away with being named Von Doom. With the realism in this movie, it makes him come off as a joke. Would you agree?
Oh, I definitely agree. Again, for the fourth time.
Yeah.
I don't. And forgive me for deviating a little, because this kind of pertains to this movie, but it pertains to all the movies we reviewed. I don't understand why this is so hard. Why can't you make a good fucking Fantastic Four movie? I don't understand. What is so fucking hard about doing this?
Disney did it.
We've had good X-Men movies. We've had good Spider-Man movies. We've had good Batman movies. We've had good Avengers movies. It's like, why can't you make this fucking work?
Yeah, Pixar's the only one that can do it, and they didn't even do it with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
like The Incredibles is like the best Fantastic Four movies ever.
As someone who's a Fantastic Four fan, I just don't fucking get this. Like, is there like a curse on it? Is that why this never works?
There must be, because I don't understand it either. It
doesn't make any sense.
Like, how is it the Roger Corman film of the four movies we've watched is probably the best one of them? Like,
yeah,
that wasn't even finished. That wasn't even supposed to be seen by people, and it's better. I don't.
I've seen fan films that are better.
And honestly, like the Fantastic Four.
Any of the animated shows are better.
Yeah. And one of them has Galactus being defeated by Ghost Rider using the penance stare.
I don't get it. And I mean, and like you know where I'm coming from, because it's just like
I do.
You've seen my FF collection. It's like I want a good fucking FF movie. I want this shit to stop, where I don't have to be subjected to these shit movies that aren't accurate to any of the characters.
Yeah, I know.
It's insulting.
Like, I really hope when Marvel makes these movies, they listen, because like, God, I enjoyed a few of these we watched, but this was just.
And I honestly think I think if the new one, I think if it doesn't take off, that's going to be the end. They're not going to do it again.
They're not going to make any more. Like, they'll probably suffer the same fate as like Thor or Hulk, where they're just a part of the Avenger team-ups. If we're still making Avenger movies. I don't know. I feel like at some point the Avenger movies are going to stop, but I don't know when that's going to be, but
until Disney rides that fucking train to the end of the station.
That's true. I mean, I don't think they'll let go of Marvel. I think they would probably
stop
downscale. Well, more like we will not be seeing as many superhero film material from them. Like they will be much more pick and choosy.
Yeah, but like I said, it's just frustrating that I would argue we've seen almost every other major character done right.
Yeah,
we've seen Daredevil done right. We've seen the Punisher done right. Spider-Man with some of them, I would argue. That's an argument for a whole other.
Jessica Jones, a character that's not even like 10 years old, I think, in terms of Iron Fist, Deadpool,
any of the X-Men, really.
Yeah, Howard the Duck.
Yeah, it's like
Howard the fucking Duck.
It's like why can't they do this? I don't understand this.
Because it's not that hard of a concept. It's a super family.
I almost feel like they overthink it.
I think a lot of it is that. Like,
they need to get somebody on, that just knows what the hell they're doing. Like,
honest to God, find the guy that directed the Incredibles movies. Get him, because he knows what he's doing. Or just somebody. I don't know who. Just somebody. Because this was the complete opposite of the spectrum in terms of my problems with these films. Like the Roger Corman one, that was unfinished.
I argue this movie is worse than Amazing Spider-Man 2 because Amazing 2 is at least watchable.
Well, Amazing 2 has a plot. This movie is meandering and just unpleasant to watch. Again, they talk about Ben's home life being horrible, where his father's an alcoholic and his brother beats on him. Sue is an estranged stepdaughter who has to live up to the expectations of her stepfather, while her brother Johnny is a reckless asshole who basically treats everyone around him like shit. Reed is treated like a laughingstock because of it. Oh my God, the fucking teacher at the beginning of this movie is the most annoying fucking teacher in any fucking film. He's done by Dan Castellaneta, aka the voice of Homer Simpson.
I knew exactly you were going to bring this up at some point because watching
this teacher.
You and I have had the same conversations about teachers before.
Oh my God, he's the worst. He's apparently like a seventh grade teacher or whatever fucking age Reed is at the beginning of this film, doing career day. And then he's a high school teacher, which already, this film can't decide what the fuck this teacher is. And the career, because the first thing we see is Reed during career day. Some kid talks about how he wants to be a football player, and talks about the money you make and wants to be the next Peyton Manning or whatever fucking sport ball player. Which apologies to sports people. I don't really have anything in sports in general, but
you just don't care.
Well, there's that in this fucking movie. He's just pissing me off. He gets up there and he talks about what he wants to do. He wants to be a scientist. He wants to, and literally he's talking, he actually gives a shit about what he's saying. And the teacher's like, sit the fuck down. That's enough, Mr. Richards. I'm like, How long is this fucking career day paper? Is it like 2 seconds? What fucking curriculum are you fucking doing? Let me see your fucking teacher notes. Bring that fucking here. I want to know what your fucking teacher
Let's see a
notes
lesson
is.
plan.
And then we cut to like I guess they're like what 18.
I think so.
Which they're still having science fairs. When you were 18, was there a fucking science fair? Your senior
Not
year.
at my school.
That's like 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. What the fuck? Well, read.
Pennsylvania, we don't do that. Maybe
Yeah.
they do that
Maybe
in a more
they do.
populated state. I don't know. My high school, we didn't do that.
Well, like Reed, for instance, actually gave a shit at his science fair. Like, he didn't make a fucking paper mache volcano or a battery with a potato or a fucking lemon. He built a fucking teleporter. A fucking teleporter. And it worked. Like, glass shattered when he activated it. Like, and the teacher's like, stop, I don't care. This isn't a magic show. This is a... Did you read his thesis? Because every science fair project has a thesis paper.
You can tell they went for that thing where it's like, you ever had a teacher that just doesn't like you?
Yeah.
Period. That's what that felt like.
They're trying to play like, whoa, your science is mumbo jumbo. Nobody. He made something happen. The model disappeared and came back.
Welcome to school where if you're not throwing a football, they don't give a shit about you.
Well,
That's really what you and
I know.
both know. That's what it is.
But like, I'm
sorry to anybody that will try to argue that with me. You're wrong. I don't care.
But like,
high school is literally built around if you play sports, you're on top.
Yeah, but like
everybody else gets treated like dogs.
This is worse than that. This is like the thing I hate in like Marvel comics where the superheroes do something impressive and no one fucking cares. He built a teleporter. Be fucking impressed, damn it. Like, and then Sue's dad is there looking for like teen talent for his fucking science experiment. Like, the fuck are you doing going to like school? Wait, like, why aren't you going to like fucking like university?
Cloud City's always looking for new talent. But
no, like this is my problem with the film. I get
what you're saying. The movie,
it's trying to be realistic. I get that, but no one's fucking impressed. Like, if I were a teacher and like at the science fair, I'd be like, oh great, another fucking volcano. Oh, hey, this kid's got something. At least I would be like, all right, what's your invent? Like, I'd be like, you invented a teleporter? The fuck are you doing here? Someone fucking call the government or something. We need to patent this before the terrorists find it and use it for evil.
Yeah.
But like, God, that'd be like if in Iron Man, Tony shows off the arc reactor. Everyone's like, oh, you put a flashlight in your chest. Big fucking whoop. Oh, you invented free energy? You solved the energy crisis? Big fucking whoop. What have you done for me fucking lately? Like,
granted, that is how some people
that is how some people are, but my God. What, like no one's like covering the news. Like, I just... Like,
and there are people that defend this movie. That's what.
Oh, I know.
Like, guys, there's no defending this movie.
No, this movie's a pile of shit.
You can say you like the movie. You can say you enjoy the movie. It's not a good movie. Just because you enjoy something doesn't mean it's good.
And then later on, when like the group wants to go into the negative zone, they get mad because they want to send actual people who know what the fuck they're doing into the negative zone. Like, have you had astronaut training? Do you know what the atmosphere's like? You don't know what you like. I mean, granted, I don't understand why Reed and Doom aren't going in because they know the most. Like, why they aren't like going in with like trained astronauts or like trained army people to go in, because you don't know what you're gonna go when you come across an alternate dimension. For all you know, you could go through there and there's like a giant ape flinging shit, or Aquaman sitting in his Atlantean throne room taking a dump. Sorry, I need something happy, okay? Like, this movie's just, God. And then like they get all liquored up and sit in a dark fucking room. And then they decide we're all gonna get drunk and go into the negative zone. Okay. Oh, and like Johnny, like, oh my God, he's the worst in this part here because he's like, oh, I gotta take some shots for my Instagram. You know, dating this fucking film. Like, God. I'm sorry. You need to talk for me.
No, I'm gonna be flat out honest with you. I want to wrap this up because I have nothing more to say about this movie. I think this movie is complete garbage. If you enjoy it, props to you. I don't. That's good. That's my verdict. I don't think it's a good movie. I think there was a reason it tanked. The movie was shit. It was a meaningless cash grab to keep onto the rights. It bombed, rightfully so,
as it should have.
Yeah, and it's sad. The Corman movie is better than this.
Yeah, no, and again, the Corman film ain't finished.
And I'm sure there will somebody be like, well, you don't like it because it's different. I'm like, what is it we say on this podcast, Adam,
Different
about
isn't always
different?
fucking better.
Exactly.
Like people are always like, oh, things need to change. I'm like, yes, things change. Not always for the better. Like it's okay to be upset if the change is not positive. Like no one gets upset when someone's sad that like a grandparent passes away or your dog passes away or like that is change. That's not good change. At
the end of the day, this is one of those movies that it's telling that I didn't rewatch this for this review because I don't want to watch this fucking movie again.
No,
I own it and I don't want to watch it.
Like I want to rewatch it, but like I only did it because I was like I need to make sure I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but
God,
I don't have anything else to say about it. Like that alone should speak volumes about the quality of the film. I can't think of anything else to say about it other than that I think the movie is bad.
Like it says something when like I would rather watch Birds of Prey again over this movie.
I would rather watch Ang Lee's Hulk.
I would rather watch Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, that says something.
Like Dark Phoenix made me mad, but at least that was just a mess because of
people people actually acted like the characters they were supposed to be. For the most part.
I could actually fucking see the film. Like if I wanted to watch a black screen, I would literally just pop music on and put a fucking like eye thing over my face. At least then I'd be enjoying good fucking music.
But yeah,
there's probably a Fantastic Four porno that would be better than this fucking piece of shit.
Oh Jesus! Tune in next week where we review the Fantastic Four porn parodies.
I mean, probably at least a little fun.
Jesus. But anyway, I think that really says all we have to say for this, unless you have some other thoughts to wrap up with.
Like, real quick, let's just maybe talk overall about our experiences just doing this Fantastic Four month, I guess. Just kind of in summary.
I kind of gave mine already in that while there are things I like about the three films, there's nothing really I like about the fourth movie.
No.
Overall, I don't think there's actually a good, what I would categorize as a good quality Fantastic Four movie. The Corman one comes the closest.
Yeah.
You know, in that it stays pretty faithful to source material.
And at
there's
least
good ideas
yeah.
in it. I don't think it's as we said in the Corman review, I don't think it's necessarily fair to review it and make a judgment on it all that much, if only because it's not finished.
Yeah. It's
and it wasn't really meant to be released, but it's like what does that say when an unreleased movie that isn't finished is better than the other three adaptations of your source material?
No, it basically says that like you either you didn't care or you just don't know what you're fucking doing. And I don't like at least with the 2005 and 2007 ones, I at least think that somebody gave a shit. Like the Corman one they only made because they needed to keep the rights. Because like apparently they had the rights to this since like 83 when Stan like literally gave the dude who directed it or like who was producing it the rights. But like it just seems like they got progressively worse over time. Like that they stopped giving a shit, or they just didn't want to make these movies.
They became too busy trying to chase trends.
Yeah.
Like they didn't think that the Fantastic Four alone had enough appeal to hold a movie.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because I think they do. But I think the reason all these other movies have failed is because they're too preoccupied with chasing the trends.
Yeah. And
rather than chasing what actually makes the Fantastic Four an enjoyable comic to read. You know, what makes them an enjoyable cast of characters to learn about and to watch, grow up and go on adventures, and like all that. It's like they don't seem to think that is enough. It has to be like Batman Begins.
Yeah.
Or it has to be like Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah, or whatever the fuck they were doing with the 2015 one. God.
That's what I said, Batman. They went with Batman with that one.
And the other thing is, like, they keep doing the same villain, and they can't even get him right.
As much as I think the Namor Sue subplot is run its course in the comics, I'd rather see that shit on screen.
Yeah. I'd like to see the Mole Man. I'd like to see a good Galactus.
I was just supposed to say Galactus.
Fuck.
The hate monger, although I don't think they can do the hate monger in this kind of political climate anymore. But
MCU, how about when we actually get the Fantastic Four, you have them deal with the Skrulls, since they're majorly a Fantastic Four villain. I mean, yeah, the Avengers have fought the Skrulls, but when you think the Skrulls, who do you think?
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, the Four.
It's like the Shi'ar. You think X-Men.
Yeah, we've gotten the Skrulls done right. For the most part, they're a little bit different, but they at least are the Skrulls. I mean, but we can't get the Four right, or Doom. Like Doom is easy. Doom is literally just European Darth Vader, who's taken one too many jazz lessons. But I don't know. It's been an interesting period, time for when we were reviewing these, because at least watching these movies, I've gained a bit more of an appreciation for some of them. But at the same time, seeing just how little has changed in them trying to make it work. And I just hope for whoever is doing these at Marvel, you look at they
need to get Kevin Feige to.
Yeah,
just do it.
Because he at least understands, even if you change things, as long as you keep the spirit of the characters intact, it works pretty well. But I don't know. But regardless, I at least enjoyed doing this this month. I hope you enjoyed your this month you got to have, because after watching this piece of shit, you're never getting another month again. But I do hope you guys at least enjoyed.
Fair.
What's that?
I mean, fair. That's why I shot this. I'm like, okay, I'm only gonna get one shot of this.
No, you and I are a duo.
No, I know.
But anyway, to you guys, I hope you enjoyed our little look at the Fantastic Four. If nothing else, I hope you were all entertained by these movies. Or these
entertained
reviews,
by our reactions and rants.
Our reactions. This is probably the most negative review on our channel, aside from Birds of Prey and
Dark Phoenix.
Well, Dark Phoenix is on my channel technically, but
which season 0?
No, season 0.
Check out the season 0 playlist.
Yeah. We should just make a playlist. Adam and Colton just get pissed off for however many minutes.
Remember the anger.
Remember the anger. Come back next week. We got a little bit. We're kind of gonna take a break from doing movie reviews for a little bit, especially because we're leading up to the anniversary. We kind of want to do some less heavy, on our end videos where we have to review or read something. I mean, we probably will be doing some book reviews here in there, because we got a couple book reviews planned. But I at least hope you guys all enjoyed this. Come back next week. We're going to be talking about a little something tying into Linkar's Event Comic Month. You should look forward to that. But until then, guys, I'm Zongetsu134.
And I'm Average Joe Squad.
And as always, we ask you, remember the hyphen and take care. Fuck.